Welcome once again to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. This time out, as always, I'm bringing to your attention two very highly recommended fiction books. So when you make your reading list for 2022, hopefully these two books will be at the top of your list. The very first book is The Bullet by Iris Johansen. This is published by Grand Central and it retails for $24.99. Iris Johansen is a very familiar name in the writing world. She has written for more than well over 2 decades, and her main character is Eve Duncan, who is like a forensic anthropologist. She takes skulls, bones are found, and she crafts them to try to decipher what the person looked like before they were killed. And this is an interesting story. It does involve a skull, but first things first. A woman by the name of Diane Connors comes to Eve's lab, and Eve is not happy she's there because Diane Connors was the ex-wife of Eve Duncan's current husband, Joe Quinn. So she really doesn't like her, and she thinks she has ulterior motives for coming. But why Diane Connors has come? Because there is a skull in the Rocky Mountains, and she wants an identification to see if it is the person she thinks that the skull belongs to. Now, Diane Connors also has a very interesting storyline because she has synthesized a plant that has medicinal properties that can heal pretty well any disease, such as cancer and any serious illness. Now, not everybody is happy that she's found it. A man by the name of Joshua Nayland, who is an eccentric billionaire, he also wants it for his own evil gains. So Diane Connors' life, of course, is in jeopardy. But he has hired a whole bunch of mercenaries to go out and make sure Diane Connors does not get this great cure-all out to the world. So it becomes a very tense storyline, as in every Eve Duncan book. In the 26 books that have preceded this one, there is mystery, intrigue, thrills, chills, and near-death experiences because Eve Duncan's life is often on the line, as it is in this one. Also in the book is Catherine Ling. Now, she is a character that has been in previous Eve Duncan books, and actually she has been in her own series of 4 books. So she has sort of a peripheral storyline here. She's not the main character, but she does help Eve Duncan in the story. So, and also in the book is Michael, who is Eve and Joe Quinn's son, who is, I think, 10 years old. Now, he has psychic abilities, and he can see things and feel things, and he has like telepathic powers. So that sort of enters into the mix as well. So if you want an all-around good mystery book in the Iris Johansen tradition, this book definitely rates right up there. It's number 1 with a bullet. So when you're making your book purchases, please consider this book as well. Now, book number 2 that I want to draw to your attention is The Listeners by Jordan TANNAHILL. This is published by Harper Avenue, and it retails for $23.99. The book is based on a phenomenon known as the hum. It was first noticed in England during the 1970s, where people had a sensitivity that they thought they heard a constant humming sound, and it really disrupted their lives, and there was really no known origin for it. There were a lot of theories that were out there, but this has persisted, and it still is around the world that people hear a humming sound. It's almost like tinnitus, where people hear a ringing in their ears. Well, people hear a hum, and this is the main part of the plot, where a woman by the name of Claire Devon, she suddenly wakes up in the middle of the night next to her husband Paul, and she hears this humming sound, and she asks him if he can hear it. Well, he can't hear it. She asks her daughter Ashley if she can hear it. She can't hear it. So, but is something that she can hear. It's very persistent, and it really disrupts her life. She's a teacher, and she finds out one of her students named Kyle, he can hear it too. So the two have a sort of symbiotic relationship where they understand each other's problems with the hum. So the two are seen together a lot. And soon word gets around that maybe she's having an affair with one of her students. And because of this, she is relieved of her duties at school. She's, basically terminated from her job. So at her home life, her husband Paul and daughter Ashley, they start to think there's something wrong with her. Now Paul has to move out because it's just becoming way too much. Her daughter Ashley is alienated from her mother. So it becomes more engrossing, and you wonder whether this is kind of like a supernatural tale. Is it a supernatural reason? Well, not really. But she connects with a group of other people in the town known as the Hummers, and they have meetings and they discuss how they've dealt with it, how others perceive them, and people really shun them like the plague, really. And so they become a sort of outcasts, and it's almost like an allegory for people who are different, who perceive things differently. They're no longer part of the general population, that they are, persona non grata. Like, it's just like stay to your own little clique. So the ending of the book is rather melodramatic, as the mother of Kyle, she worries about her son, that Claire is turning him into something evil. And so there's a shoot 'em up. Well, I won't say anymore because it'll spoil the end, but it becomes violent at the end. And Claire still tells people that, the hum's gone, but it's still there. So this book is very interesting because it makes you think about, like, what is the cause, and can she ever break free of the hum? So this is a very interesting. The Listeners is a humdinger of a book. So anyways, those are the two books I wanted to draw to your attention. So hopefully you will consider them. As always, I welcome your comments about my online book reviews here. I'm up to, I think, well over 125 of them. So hopefully you've seen a few of them. So as always, stay safe, stay sane, stay social distancing, and do stay in touch. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.